Hello and welcome to Éire. My name is Ben. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Honda CB650R. Really excited to have a look at it. I've had a look at it online for a while now. The opportunity's finally come to have a look at it and just look at it. It's a really gorgeous looking machine. Also, one of my favorite things about it is it's an inline 4 as well, which you don't really see that often. So we're going to take a good close-up look at the bike. We'll go over some of its technical information, and of course I'll put as much information on screen as well. So I hope you enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and of course if you're here for the first time, consider subscribing to the channel. So here we go, we're going to get started, so let's go. 17-inch wheels on the front, 17-inch wheels on the back. Strong braking performance on the front. You've got a fantastic 310mm disc brake or dual disc brake with 2-channel ABS as well, strong pistons, so giving you excellent braking performance, and you're going to need it for the inline 4. And again, I'll go over that shortly. Suspension system for a 41mm Showa forks, and the suspension travels about 120mm on the front. Looking at the back, we've got a 240mm single disc brake on the rear, monoshock 10-stage dampener, and of course you've got the aluminium swing arm, obviously the 17-inch wheels at the back. So you've got a good all-round level of suspension and decent braking performance for the rear, and really strong braking performance on the front, and that's a pretty adequate suspension travel. Looking at the front of the bike here, we've got a very distinct looking Honda. I love the headlamp. You've got the daytime running light running around it here, LED main beam as well, obviously high beam and low beam. It's a very attractive looking front, and of course you've got the LED indicators on both sides as well. In 2024 the Honda features a newly designed headlight, and there are a few minor trim changes. The rear of the bike will see a new tail tidy along with a newly designed tail light. Looking at the handlebar controls, very straightforward. Indicators, you've got lights on this side, your hooter emergency lighting, and of course you've got your pass for the actual light itself. On this side you've got your cut-off switch, and then of course engine starters located here. The display is pretty straightforward. It's an LED display with obviously kilometers and digital, your time, engine temperature, the amount of kilometers you've done. You've got your rev counter on that side and what gear that you've selected. The 2024 model will feature a new digital dash display, which features Bluetooth connectivity, which can be done through the Honda app. A lot more functionality, and it is much clearer than the older system. Looking at the seat height of the bike, the standard seat height is 810mm. This particular bike has a lowering kit that's been put on it as well, so it'll probably go down by an extra 30mm. So that brings it down to 780mm. Very simple, straightforward, get on, get off motorcycle. Not too strenuous on the legs, fairly easy. So we'll have a look at the seating position. Okay, the seat is very comfortable. It's quite well padded, which is great. Obviously the seat height of the overall bike, as I said to you, with the lowering kit is about 780mm, 810mm standard. It's rolling backwards just because I don't have my hand on the brake, but it feels very comfortable. My legs are very comfortable, even if I put them in this position here. So with my foot on the foot peg. I'm a 5'11", I'm 5'11" in height, just in case you're wondering. But it's fairly straightforward. Obviously with this bike the handlebars are a bit more far forward, so you've obviously got to reach more down. My bike is obviously the good raised bike because it's an adventure bike. They're a bit more further up, a little bit more comfortable, but over that it feels pretty good. And of course you've got the seat for the pillion rider as well, which is also great. Well, we're going to have a look at the engine on this beautiful bike. Very well presented. The 649cc inline 4 develops 70 kilowatts, which is about 94 horsepower. Newton meters at 63 Newton meters, and that's mated with a 6-speed assisted slip clutch gearbox. Your return on a fuel efficiency 20 kilometers per litre, which I still think is pretty good. The fuel tank 15.4 litres total, so that'll give you a range of roughly 300 kilometers to a tank. The curb weight of the bike, the curb weight meaning obviously as it is on the road, 202 kilograms, which again I don't think is too bad really for this sort of size bike. Suspension ground clearance is 150 millimeters. Now again, that's with the standard suspension setup. In 2024, no technical engine changes as such with the new bike. However, the introduction of the optional Honda e-clutch will be available. This allows effectively a manual to be changed like an automatic. However, the clutch is still available in the system. I look forward to testing this system out later in 2024. Right, it's time to get the bike started. Let's fire it up. Ignition on. You can obviously see it's in neutral. Right, let's look at pricing. Here in Ireland, it's 10,100 euros. If you're an international viewer, please check with your local Honda dealer in relation to pricing and specification. But for 10,100 euros, gets you a fantastically well-built bike, excellent performance. You've also got great capability for the braking that you get with it, which matches the bike. You get some great color choices. It's a really attractive looking bike. I mean, I mentioned the three things I like about it. It's the braking performance. You've got the great engine on that, and just look at the styling on it. I mean, it's fantastic. It's gorgeous. And for 10,100 euros, I don't think it's a lot to part with. You can get these with an A2 license category as well, so keep that in mind. For those that need to be de-restricted down to 35 kilowatt, you can get the bike for that, which I think is great. For 35 kilowatt for an inline 4, that's just fantastic. But yeah, let me know what you think. And we're going to move in to our competitors. Right, we're going to look at the Kawasaki Z650. That's our first competitor. Available in three colors, 10,450, so a little bit more expensive than the Honda. Has the TFT screen on that particular bike. Obviously very, very futuristic in its actual look. Performance not the same as the Honda. It's about 68 bhp, so down on a brake horsepower versus the Honda here. Kawasaki build quality very good, so it's a matter of going there, go and have a look at the bike, see if it's worth a little bit more. Yes, you may not necessarily get a lot of power in it, but obviously to do the comparison to it, take them for a spin and see what you think. Right, competitor number 2, we're going to be looking at the Triumph 660 Trident. A great name in motorcycling. Performance not the same as the Honda, which surprised me because generally Honda tend to have more power on their motorcycles. The power came in about 81 bhp, which is 14 horsepower less than the Honda. Great build quality for bikes, great following community for the Triumphs. So again, you'd have to do your comparison in relation to standard specification. Pretty much on par with what you see here. Right, let's look at the final thoughts. First of all, I love the look of it. That's a big plus for me. The inline 4, big plus. Braking performance, exceptional. So straight away, you're getting a good all-round package for that 10,100 euros. An exceptionally well put together bike. You know, they've put some thought into it. They've kept the design. I mean, if we have a look at the design here, you know, you can see that design through the older Honda bikes. Like, they haven't changed it too much. They still keep from its main design. They still keep that in their bikes. I mean, the color as well on this red looks really, really nice. But you can see from everything here, they've got the steel or metal pieces here, and then you've got this black mix of color. Like the plastics and that, really, really nicely put together. I love the LED lighting system with the daytime running lights. You've got the gold forks here, the gold with the black look. I mean, it just looks really, really mean. One fantastically shown engine with the inline 4s. You can see the manifolds there, just lovely. Nice big radiator on the front. Even if we come round to the back here, we can see the monoshock there. Nice exhaust that sweeps all the way towards the front here. Like, there's nothing to take, you know, there's not much you can actually take away from the bike. It's an exceptionally well put together Honda, and I'd strongly recommend that if you're looking for this sort of naked bike in your on your list, then go and take a look at it. See for yourself, take it for a spin, see what you think. But I've been fairly impressed. I'd definitely give it a good thumbs up. Special thanks to Tig and his team here at Morans Bike Shop in Drumshanbo in County Leitrim in Ireland for letting me come and have a look at the CB650R. If you're currently in the market for a new Honda or even a used Honda, be sure to check out Morans Bike Shop. I'll put their website in the description, and be sure to contact Tig and his team. That brings the video to an end, so thanks very much for watching. As always, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe if it's the first time you've been here. But I'll see you all in the next video.